Have you ever heard of Yaa Asantewaa of the Asante people? She was a fierce warrior queen in modern day Ghana. So we're going to have to rewind back to the late 19th century. The British Empire is doing their thing. They are trying to annex modern day Ghana. At the time, it was called the Gold Coast because it was just gold everywhere. And the Brits were like, we would like that in our museum. Fun fact, a lot of the Asante people's thing is still in the British Museum. Ghana has formally asked for it back a couple of times, and the British Museum's been like, sorry, it's literally illegal for us to give that back to you. They are currently about to loan Ghana their own back on a 3-year loan. And wouldn't it be a shame if they just never gave it back? Anyway, the British Empire is trying to annex the Asante people's land. They send the king and all the important dudes off into exile, and they ask for the golden stool. Now, the golden stool was what historians call a big fucking deal to the Asante people. Basically, whoever had the golden stool was appointed by God to be the leader. So when the Brits were like, give it to us or more war is going to happen, a lot of the people who hadn't been exiled are like, shit, should we just give it to them? And now Yaa Asantewaa enters the chat. She is in her late 50s. She's basically regent while the king is in exile. And she is like, are y'all fucking joking if you think that we're just going to roll over and give the golden stool to these fucking guys? She starts a revolution. The Fifth Anglo-Asante War is sometimes called the War of the Golden Stool, and it's sometimes called Yaa Asantewaa's War. By the time that the Fifth War actually kicks off, she's in her 60s, and she is the head of this rebellion to the point where the women were like, I can't go fight for the Queen Mother, but if my husband won't do it, I'm not going to sleep with him. They start a sex strike if their men won't go fight in this war because they are all so dedicated to the Queen Mother. She is just ovaries of steel. Let me tell you what. In the end, the British Empire did win this rebellion, but it took them a year. They had machine guns. They had a cure for malaria. They thought they were going to rock in there and just squash this rebellion, but it was like a year. And it was really intense fighting. When they did finally win, they took Yaa Asantewaa to exile for you. These people are so inspired by you. We can't have this woman here starting more rebellions. They were so scared of her. I love it. Yaa Asantewaa is a huge cultural symbol of the let's take no shit type of person you need to be to fight off colonialism. Fun fact. Ghana was one of the first African countries to win their independence after World War II, when it suddenly became not cool to colonize people anymore after World War II. I think Yaa Asantewaa definitely inspired people 100 years after her death, even when they were getting their independence. We do have an episode on Yaa Asantewaa if you want to learn more about this super, super fascinating person and the entire history of what was going on. And I just love to hear about a warrior queen. Let me know if you've ever heard of her before or what other warrior queens you might want to learn about in the future. Cheers, bitches.